I've always had a particular liking from when I was a child with fashion. I remember telling my father when I was a child, Dad, nataka suti.
Almost 95% of guys doing pageantry in this country do not understand what pageantry is. They do fashion and call it pageantry.
That was the worst event I ever went to.
Yeah.
I failed so terribly. I almost gave up. I almost said that this is the last time I'll ever do modeling.
I think this is also what models forget.
Yeah.
That it's not about winning.
Yeah.
It's networking and connection.
Your leadership qualities will influence the drive that goes with the pageant.
True.
In one way or another. So you need to have leadership qualities. It's more than just walking. It's more than just beauty on the outside. It's more than just smiling. It is leadership.
You're in boot camp, then the night you're there in top 5. What's running through your head on that stage?
After getting that crown, now I wanted more. The hunger was even greater.
Yeah,
because I felt like, there's something for me in this industry. I need to tap into it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on where you're watching us. Sash and Style, episode 7, season 2. Today we are here with such a brilliant young gentleman, a model par excellence. I don't know how to introduce him, so he's gonna introduce himself. Mwesh, karibu tonight.
Asante.
Yes. People want to know who you are. Kindly introduce. I know you are popular, you're a celebrity, but there's our new viewers who don't know you.
Oh yeah, my name is Jim Gatani. I am Mr. World Kenya second runners-up. I'm a brand model, an actor, a content creator, a certified IT engineer. A brother, a son.
Great introduction.
Yeah.
Certified engineer. Most people think models are just losers or people who have nothing to do. And when you hear an engineer, probably we need to tell the world that it doesn't. It's just like football. We have our captain, Kenyan captain, Engineer Olunga. He still plays football and he has a career. So tell us about your engineering career and probably how you got there.
Oh yeah, I studied in the Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology, IT engineering. While I was in school, I studied, but when immediately I was out of, for the holidays, I normally went, my father organized for me to go to these hotels to serve in the IT department. That's where the IT engineering comes from. I specialized in the hardware and the software also. So I know a little bit of everything, hardware coming up with programs and softwares. And in the hardware sector, the coming up, the networking part, the networks and the cables and everything, I got a hand in it. Now I worked for 6 months in Diani Reef Hotel in Diani, also in Swahili Beach Hotel for like 2 months. Those times I really got to interact with many IT engineers, and I got to know the nitty-gritties about the the career. Also in school, now I polished. After I was done, I'm not practicing as per now because I'm fully focused on my creative and acting and modeling career. But it is a skill that I have which can be put into use anytime.
Great. You just heard the young man is an IT engineer. He's worked at Swahili Beach and Diani Reef. These are not just hotels. I would class them at the 6-star, not even 5-star hotels. And you don't just work there. Most people probably see you and they just see the modeling. They don't see the intellect that comes with. So let's go back to Sash and fashion, which is purely fashion, pageantry and design. Can you kindly let us know how your journey in pageantry or fashion started?
Well, yeah, I've always had a particular liking from when I was a child with fashion. I remember telling my father when I was a child, Dad, nataka suti. I want a suit. Dad ask me, what kind of suit do you want? I want a white suit. But I couldn't know how, especially to bring it out. I knew I wanted a suit. Now my dad tells me, suit in your pasta. Zile hizo suti za white za pasta, you know, that's what. But now I wanted, for me as a child, I couldn't exactly say it, but I used to see it in my mind. So for me then, having a suit would have really made me, you know, want and look better, yeah, in whatever I was doing. So every time I saw something fashionable, I would take keen interest in it, even if it was not in the budget that time for my parents then, but I had a particular liking, okay? So as I was growing up, when I came to campus, for example, now I had some knowledge, and I got some knowledge, the social media in it, yeah. So I had, in my wardrobe, I had the usual white, everybody has a blue jeans, everybody has a white t-shirt, everybody has a black jeans, you have, you know, everybody has a white sneaker or a black shoe. So how I styled these specific outfits was the cutting edge, was how I knew and how I was able to bring about the style in fashion. Okay, now in pageantry, I started pageantry actually when I was in form 4. In form 4. So this one, you know, I had a particular liking for style. You know, style you cannot be taught.
Yeah.
You cannot buy style. You can buy fashion, but you cannot buy style. So I can give you a specific outfit, then I tell you to come up with something. Yeah. So this is what happened. We were in a high school. We went for a cultural day in a high school. Actually, it was the last funky for the Form 4s. It's a funky for the Form 4s. So we went to a school called Graham's Girls School in Nakuru. And it was their cultural day. It was a girls' school. So they said, in the middle of the show, they said, all the boys' school who are here, we want 10 of you to try and, you know, try to model. We want to crown a Mr. Grants. Okay? So all the boys' school who are there, we came up and you said 10 of us, let's go. Me, I said, hey, since I have a particular liking in this field of fashion, let me just try. Remember, I have only the, you know, the school fit. School uniform. We had not prepared in any way and everything. So I remember we did 2 categories, the casual and the official. The casual, now I was thinking, how do I do it? You know, we have not been taught even how to walk, how to pose and everything. So it's your own creativity on the runway which will make you get a crowd. So we get into it. I saw some dancers. I went to a dancer and told them, can I borrow your rubber? It was a kind of a rubber shoe, but it was a stylish rubber shoe. And then in my trouser, I kunjad my trouser upper chin. It became piped, yeah. And a top I also got from the dancer. So I styled it in a way it's very casual and very classy looking. So I went for the first category. Yeah, I did it. Now back in high school, I was a captain. I was ICT captain. Yeah, my journey in IT was had started way far. So back in school, I was an IT captain. So we had this special maroon blazers and a maroon tie. So this is how I came up with. Now in the final category, the dinner category, I wore it together with my gray pants and the white shirt. So that's how I styled, and I ended up winning. So at that moment, I say that was the defining moment for my journey in modeling, because from there, now my interest even grew more deeper in the field of pageantry, and I wanted to do more. That was back in 2017 when I was in high school.
So you've got in high school, one of the things that I keep telling guys, it's about your creativity and your inner beauty.
Yeah.
You're there, you have only your uniform, but you've become so creative and won a pageant. Most probably some of the students had staff who probably they knew about it. So you done with the high school, then what was the next stage that you went into pageantry after winning this Form 4 Mr.?
Yeah, so after high school,
After high school, yes.
after high school, I got into campus, the Rift Valley Institute of Science and Technology, RVIST in Nakuru. Right now it's Polytechnic.
Yes.
So as soon as I got in school, I started asking, is there a Mr. and Miss that happens here? Is there pageantry and everything? So I was told, yeah, it is. But now it was around in September, that time when I was getting in, but the event was set to happen in May. So I had 2 more semesters before I get to it. But my interest was so much. I wanted, I remember that semester, the one who was reigning was not in school. So we had to wait until the next semester so that he comes in. But I used to hear and everything. But people started, I've always been a popular kid since when I was a child. People had started noticing me and how I wear and how I interact with other people. So it's a thing. It's a thing I have in me. So I was always interested. People knew that this guy wants to model, right? So they were telling me, hey, for when Mr. Teki, they used to call it Mr. Teki. Mr. Teki comes, you go and contest. You go and contest. Yeah. They used to tell me that, but I used to know it that I will contest. I have to contest. This is a dream I have. This is something I have in me. Since the day I initiated it back in high school, I have it in me. Now that time came. That time for Mr. and Miss Harvest. So I went and contested the best way how I know how, with the little knowledge I had then, and got the first runners up. It was amazing. For me, it was a win. This is a campus with so many intelligent people and everything, and I knew that my journey is only starting. Yeah, I'm a guy who's very perspective. Yeah, rather than entirely relying on the negative one, I rely on the positive. Because it's perspective, and even in the modeling industry, it's about perspective. Why look at it on the negative when you can look at it on the positive? Yeah,
I like the way you looked at it, being first runners up as a win. Most people don't take a number 2 positively, like you said. Take negative positively, like you said.
Yeah.
How am I going to take this lemon and make it lemonade for guys to enjoy the drink? A lot of people have lost their career because they thought they did the wrong thing. In life, we go through nursery and to Form 4 to university or college and get a job. So there's no way you come from class 1 and go to class 8. There's a process. So sometimes I tell guys, when you lose, it's giving you motivation to be a better person, because you'll be doing a repeat of what you didn't do, the mistakes you didn't do. So do you stop at Harvest, first runners up, or you tried again, or you decided to do something else bigger, or how did it happen after that?
No, when I'm a very ambitious person.
Yes.
And as a young man, you can imagine how ambitious I was, and that time,
Yeah.
Now, after getting that crown, now I wanted more. The hunger was even greater. Yeah, because I felt like there's something for me in this industry. I need to tap into it. I have all these manifestations I have in my head. How will I actualize them? Now, there was I came about a year later. A year later, COVID happened.
Yes.
It was in 2020. COVID happened. Now there was no events.
Nothing. Yes.
Nothing was happening then. But right before it happened, there was a Mr. and Miss campuses that was being organized in Nyandarua. An event. Now it got to me, and I was you go contest on it, because some friends of mine who had contested earlier, you go try. Let me tell you, Liki, that was the worst event I ever went to.
Yeah.
I failed so terribly. I almost gave up. I almost said that this is the last time I'll ever do modeling.
Yeah.
Because first things first, the event was not well organized. The venue that they had chosen was closed down by the commissioner because of the virus and everything. So I have prepared for a month or so. I've sourced for outfits. Then when I get there, I see there's no event. We did the event in like a small room like this. I was very unprepared. I was my mind was all over. So when we did the event, I didn't even appear in the top 10.
Wow.
Okay? I didn't appear anywhere. I have never felt so disappointed like that. I was there with all my charisma and everything, getting to know each other, feeling myself and everything. Now, here comes, and I had told people we were voting online. You know, my community had voted online, had, I think I had almost the most likes, number 2, the most likes. Now, the whole of Nakuru then, the whole of my friends, they were voting for me each and every day. It was a like, you go on Instagram and you like. Now, how am I going to tell these people that I didn't even appear in top 10? How am I going to tell them that I didn't represent them in the best way possible? So it was a huge loss for me, and I felt like I can't do this anymore. If something like this happens, I can't.
I like just at right there.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing pageant, and I think I keep telling guys almost 95% of guys doing pageantry in this country do not understand what pageantry is. They do fashion and call it pageantry, and there's a thin line between pageantry and fashion. It's water and oil. You can never. So when you say the thing was so disorganized, I can just tell, one, you don't have a venue. You can't have a show without a venue. Number 2, that means your judges will be wrong. Number 3, you can't have the most likes and not appear in top 3. That's definitely. So again, some people are giving up because they didn't make it, or because they went to a pageant where it wasn't rightfully organized.
Yeah.
We can't say 100% of the event have the right judges. So I like the way you are there and you're thinking, boss, what is this that I've put myself in? How am I going to face my people that believe I'm the best? You know, there's a time when people are wondering, why is this guy even doing this thing? This is not his career. But your people believe and they know this is our king. You know the way, because I mostly compare politics and pageantry.
Yeah.
We know we're going to win the election. Then all of a sudden you realize, what? This thing has been stolen and all the EU deeply feels that pain. So yes, you've lost and you've gone back home with your head up or down. When you get to Nakuru,
I didn't want to face people. I remember one of my very good friends. She's a very good friend until now. She told me, her name is MG Kenya, big up to you. I hope you're watching. She told me, Jim, we unaweza focus na acting. Kidogo modeling, kidogo. I still remember those words. Kidogo modeling, kidogo. Akasema hivyo. So, but I got the message. Now I went back home, with the COVID and everything. Now I went. It was a journey of self-reflection. And also I had to focus more on my studies then. So I was lost that time. I was really lost. And just as you said, in an event, when an event happens, we need to distinguish between what is fashion and what is pageantry. Because my view on pageantry is quite different. A person who wins a pageant should have leadership qualities. Because when you win a pageant, you become a Mr. Somebody. You are a person of influence. Your leadership qualities will influence the drive that goes with the pageant.
True.
In one way or another. So you need to have leadership qualities. It's more than just walking. It's more than just beauty on the outside. It's more than just smiling. It is leadership. And I've quite looked at all the pageants that I know that are very legit and have been well organized. These crown holders, these title holders have leadership qualities, excellent leadership qualities. Yeah, and that is what makes them so good at what they do. So I went back home and everything. I never contested for any crown until 2022. It was in Manhunt, Nakuru. It was quite a story because I had still PTSD. I still have PTSD on what happened in the event 2020.
In your rural area?
Yes, I remember my very good friend. Right? She's called Princess Warrior. She's Joy. She was the current face of Nakuru then. She was the first edition face of Nakuru. She told me, Jim, there's an event. It's called Manhunt. You come and you contest. I remember I had gone to support her when she was in Faces of Nakuru. So I saw her. I was deducing something, but I still had fear. Still had fear to go back into the, to the runway. I didn't sign up for Manhunt. I didn't sign up. She gave my name. But then I have good friends. Let me tell you, big up to you, Joy, because you gave my name to the organizer, Pambazuka, who's Licky right here, of course. Gave my name and my picture. When the poster came out, I saw my face there and my name. I'm like, hey, little sign up, Lini. Because I remember she had told me, and then I had said, hey, I'll get back to you. So you just let it go. I'll get back to you. I'll know. But because I know the kind of preparation that a person should have before joining a pageant, I was not ready mentally for it. Because when I go in hard. Yeah, so I was not ready for it then. Now, I sat back and said, let me say, let me just do it. Why not? It's there already. What washaona sasa nitafanya nini? And the kind of, and also I saw she believed in me. She told me, you can do it. Stop overthinking it. You can do it and everything. I went into it. There was 2 hits. Then the finals came. Then I got the crown. I can say it, then I got the crown. Then you think that it's just like this. It is not. It is not. It's so many battles. Sana in the mental state. You're mentally facing yourself. And let me tell you, the biggest competitor you can ever face is yourself. In any point of life, we are normally fighting against ourselves. What we know and what our mind thinks is not. Sometimes our minds, they play tricks on us.
True.
You get there, then you ask yourself, hey, nitaweza kweli? They play some games. Now you have to go above that. Have to go above that. So that, I think my biggest break in modeling, looking at it this way, was when I went for Manhunt, Nakuru. Because through that, I was able to learn more and also gain more connections. So I met this wonderful gentleman called Licky Odera. Licky, I can say up to now, is my mentor in terms modeling, in terms pageantry, and as a whole, as in modeling. Yeah. So through you, I got my first commercial, the biggest commercial deal, my first one. I remember that time. It was a very funny story, let me tell you.
So before you get to there, Joy, Face of Nakuru, has made sure this young man must get on stage.
Yeah.
MJ, who's a good friend of mine also, is saying without saying, boss, hii career haiwezi.
Yeah, she had told me that a while ago, kama 2020, akaniambia, we focus on acting. She had seen how disappointed I was, and I think she didn't want me disappointed like that. Like that, yeah.
So, this weekend, like 3 weekends ago, we're doing the Face of Nakuru, and she was there. She always comes to support. She was cheering, and she always sits at the front, so she looked like a judge. So I noticed there was some lady who was walking, and she wasn't. I could see from her face. I've noticed. I was like, well. But big up to MJ. She has the best dresses in Nakuru, the best designer and stuff. Very understanding person. Jimmy, I'm proud of you. And on Thursday, when we were doing Face of Nakuru, hit 2.
It's true, yeah.
This gentleman just came up to me and says, Licky, do you remember me? I was like, I don't remember you. Yeah, my name is so. I was at RVIBS and Jimmy trained us. And now I've started modeling, training something in RVIBS. I'm the one who trains, and I have like four of my models on stage tonight. So again, you may not know, or maybe he hasn't told you, but the guys who are looking up to you, and because of those small things that sometimes it doesn't even matter, will change somebody's life. They say the power of the tongue is crazy. If you listen to MJ, probably positive or negatively, it would have changed the entire stuff. Joy decided she's not even going to talk to you about it a second or third time. She's going to do it. Utake ustake shauri yako.
Yeah.
But again, change your needs. So he said that was your breakthrough in terms of now
Modeling.
Yeah. You've won your high school, you've become runners-up and went and got into the deep.
Yeah.
Then now you're up and we're here. You're doing your first ad.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So I was at that point when I had just finished campus, yeah. So I had moved out of my parents, home. So I'm living alone. And that time, as many bachelors would put it, inakwanga ngumu, inakwanga tricky. Yeah. So I'm in Nakuru. Sorry to say, but Nakuru does not have much to offer for models right now. The main hub is Nairobi. Now I'm surviving off modeling and some casual jobs. I've done some casual jobs here and there. So it was not entirely. I remember I was between me and poverty was 50 bob. 50 shillings. Now Licky calls me and tells me, "Hey, Jim, hi, how are you? I have a job for you. You should be in town by 3. And then I said, okay, you're going to Nairobi. I said, okay. I just said, okay. So in my mind, kwanza after I hung up the call, I was like, hey, how do I get to Nairobi? And I have 50 bob. Remember, outside here, you guys are seeing, I was doing projects by then. I was doing a movie called Gangster Series. I'm a creative. Apart from being a model, I'm a creative. I come up with the script and we shoot. I come up with the ways or how people shoot, and we meet and we shoot. Yeah. So I was kind of, had a name then. People were seeing me all there. I was always wearing suit, looking good and everything. But they didn't know that me niko na 50 bob and bele nyuma. So it was tricky. So Licky calls me, said, pack some outfits. You go. We have to go to Nairobi tonight. Be in town by 3. Me, I didn't tell Licky I don't have pesa. So I said. So he called me a second time and said, fare ya kutoka Nakuru mpaka Nairobi. I will sort it. Don't worry. So I relaxed. I said, Fuchs. So this 50 bob, the last one I used from my house to town. And then I just waited. I was like, thank you, God. I had reached, I was almost at the rock bottom. And then this came. We met with Joy, Face of Nakuru, I think second edition.
Second edition.
Joy. Hey, this Joy is in Nakuru. They brought so much joy.
Yeah, she was in episode 4.
Yeah, I saw
of
it.
This season, yes.
Yeah, she's currently Miss Birmingham.
Yes.
So we were going to do the shoot with her. So we went for 3 days. Very nice. That was actually the first well-paying job then. So we went there, did the shoot for Kwetu hostels for 3 days. Accommodation sorted, meals sorted, mshahara ikaingia. Let me tell you guys, when you earn from your hobbies and talents, there's nothing that beats that. Yeah, when you earn from what you love. Yeah, leave alone when you guys who go to 9 to 5 for 9 to 5, and then yes, you get your money, but your soul is not being fulfilled. You're not doing what you want, especially the creative. You feel like you are in a box or something. Now, in this other side where we are, we earn from our hobbies and our talents, which is so good and it's so soul fulfilling. So when I got that job and I was paid, I felt so good, and it gave me more motivation to continue. Just like a week after, I got another at Lake Elementaita Mountain Lodge with Princess Warrior Joy, Face of Nakuru, literally the first edition.
Yes.
Yeah, Miss First Edition. It was amazing, and then the rest came in like that until last year. I think last year when I came to Nairobi. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've come to Nairobi, ads have started coming, the city has invited you positively. You're done with Face of Nakuru. And Face of Nakuru does a lot of publicity, newspaper,
Yeah.
So you're famous. What's your next step in pageantry? You've overdone Face of Nakuru.
Yeah. So you know, as I said, Nakuru didn't have much to offer for me that time. As much as modeling is concerned, I used to get jobs even when I was still in Nakuru. I have to travel to Nairobi to get jobs, and so I'm hungry. But it's that kind of hunger to be better. It's not the bad kind of hunger which you have to walk over people and everything. So that hunger made me come to Nairobi. It was around June or July when Mr.
2024.
Yeah, 2024. Okay. Mr. and Miss World, during the event, the Mr. and Miss World. So when I came for the audition, I was still living in Nakuru. But by the time we were starting boot camp, I was already in Nairobi. I was already settled. I moved here. I took a leap of faith and said that for the sake of my modeling career, because I want to take the next step, I don't know how I'll survive in Nairobi, but I'll just go. Ikinishinda, well and good, I tried. Ikikopoa, then that's good.
That is good.
So I took a leap of faith and came to Nairobi. It was I did it under wraps because I didn't trust, like I wasn't sure of what I'm doing, but, I didn't have a job there. But, everything fell in place. I just had to take that leap of faith and go after what I wanted, because I knew that in Nairobi, I will get more opportunities and I will grow. I will meet people who will help me grow. I'll form other connections, and it will be a very good avenue for me to grow in modeling.
So I remember you calling me and telling me, hey boss, I've been called by this guy as a city model and stuff like that. Tell me about that time. Because City Model is not just any agency. It's one of the biggest.
It was Ajuma.
Yes.
It was Ajuma.
Yes.
Yes. So Ajuma Models, they had an ad, a casting call. It was for Ruby's. I went to
Ruby's, the petrol station.
The petrol station.
Yes.
I went for that ad. Okay, that time they were very specific. For you to qualify for this ad, you must have a driving license and you must know how to drive. I knew how to drive, but I didn't have a driving license. Okay? And I was in Nairobi that time. Okay? I had come to visit my mom.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, do I go to this? Because I don't have a driving license yet. I know how to drive, but should I go? I talked to my sister. I remember that time I talked to my sister. My sister asked me, what do you have to lose? You just go. You cannot disqualify yourself because before you are disqualified. Just go. So I went for that audition. They took my picture and everything. First, I didn't get that gig. I didn't get. But the good thing is they have my picture in their database. So one time, a few weeks later, I got a call from Ajuma. Say, hey, Jim, you have been picked for an ad. You need to be here tomorrow at this time. At this time, they take your measurements. I said, okay. Then I hung up the phone. Then I'm asking myself. I remember that time we were with you. Which is this ad? Because I have not submitted anything for an ad. Now I call her again. Excuse me, who what ad is this? Because I have not made any casting call. I have not seen any casting call before. Oh, sorry, you're a client. The client came and he was looking at the pictures of the models we have in our database, and he saw you and picked you. So meaning there was a casting call.
Yes.
Okay. Before they made the casting call, they went through the
Pictures.
pictures. Remember, I was not even auditioning. I had been picked already. There are some processes. You go, a casting call is made, then you go for auditions, you go for the screen test, then you're picked. I didn't go for any of those because they had a picture of me. It's just God's favor. It's not my own doing. It's not that you are okay. So, I was grateful. I was amazed. And when I went, when I saw the contract, I'm talking, these are figures I've never seen before. Figures I've never seen before. I was looking like, what? Because it's a TVC. They'll see me. I was asking, people will see me on the TV.
God is good.
Oh my goodness. I was so happy. I remember I shared with you, and we had to come to Nairobi together. I was so happy. I couldn't believe it. I could see my dreams coming true. And that was the first gig I did, which was for ICA Lion. I did it last year, early last year. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I got my first, almost, it was 100,000. It was 100,000 that time. It was amazing. I've never been paying that kind of money. I know most models have never been paying that kind of money. Don't worry, your time will come. You just need to take that leap of faith. Wagwan.
Good.
Yes.
So, you're into modeling. By the way, Ajuma was Miss Tourism, Turkana County, and she was spotted on the runway. She's done the international, Italy, Milan, Japan, Tokyo, Paris. And she came back home and she's doing an amazing job with her charity foundation and also modeling. So that model out there, kindly make sure you follow the right channel. There's no shortcuts in anything in this world. They say shortcuts are always dangerous. So you might do the shortcut today, tomorrow you have a broken leg. So, Jim, you've done your ads in January, then come June, July, there's auditions for Miss World. Tell us about your journey in Miss World.
Miss World.
Start?
Yes, I saw the call, and let me tell you, as I said earlier, before I get into anything, I usually, I think it's something to do with my star sign. I read somewhere recently, I'm a Libra, and we are always very indecisive. So it speaks to me. Yes. So before I get into something, I really think about it. I really do. So I saw the call for Mr. World, Mr. and Miss World, because Mr. World had taken like 4 years before.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's finally here. Should I sign up? Then I saw that they were paying 3,000 cash. Okay, I took some time off. Then I went for a job, and then I got money. Now I was coming to sign up and pay and everything. Yeah. Before that, I had seen my name. People were tagging me when they saw the call. They were tagging me on Instagram. Hey, Jim Gatani, we want to see you on the runway, Mr. World. It was so much pressure. So when I was signing up, I said everything. I submitted everything. Now I'm waiting for it to prompt me to pay. It didn't. Apparently they had scrapped it off.
Cancelled,
they had cancelled. There was no paying. Okay. I did the
registration. Yes.
The registration. The call was made. I was very happy. So I've been shortlisted to go for the physical auditions. I go to the physical auditions, where, let me tell you, Leaky, these are people I've never seen before. These are whole new level of modeling.
I remember you calling me even before, Leaky, what do you think about it? Advice. Then he told me, boss, I went there and I saw wanaume. I thought I was a man. So I told you, in Nakuru, you're the man. Now that you've gone to the city, you must step to that ladder to get there. Yes.
I went there, I saw men. I saw women, ladies. I'm telling you, women. I wasn't saying ladies. I saw men and ladies. Let me tell you. I saw a guy called Frank Otieno.
Yes.
That guy is built like a house, like a mansion.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's very tall, very dark, very, African looking. I looked to my left, I saw a Bala, Darius Abala. He was walking, and from how he was walking and how his charisma, his aura,
Yes.
I said, that guy is dangerous. I could see. Another person I noticed was Moses Panda.
Yes.
From the way, this just, remember, they are not on the runway, but they are just walking around.
Yeah.
I was there, I'm a very observant person. I'm observing, I'm looking at people. So I had scouted like 5 people. Frank, Darius, Moses, this guy, they are very well dressed, they are very well built, they're looking like they are very confident. Yeah, I see. Yeah. And surprisingly, all those people I've mentioned, they were in the top 5 because I could see them.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've come all the way from Nakuru. This has been my dream. This is the most coveted crown by the male models from any model. Mr. World, Kenya. I'm here already, so let's do it. I didn't come all that way to get shaken by these guys. No, okay. I told myself I am very able. So I go into the audition room. I remember there in the audition table there was Kula Budi, there was Odada Okelo, there was Sharon Obara. Odada, first comment Odada gave me was, "You look very sharp. I like your suit." Okay, that one boosted my confidence to some level. I already had mine, but then it boosted my confidence to some level. That is to show you when you are in a position of power. Okay, when you're in a judge's position or a position of power, your words can either break or make someone. So It's very important. When I'm on that side, I always try to make the other person, because as a model, I know they are tensed. It's a very tricky moment. So when you tell them such kind words, it can really booster, it can really go a long way. So the audition was very hectic. It was very hectic. There were two levels. There was the first one, and then they call the names. Then if you have made it. Then after they've called the names, now they slash to the number 20 to fight 20 models. We were actually 21. They had to add one person more because it was very hectic. So we started the boot camp. The boot camp, I think that time was the Maandamano. So we had to postpone even the event and the boot camp. So it was tricky and everything. But let me tell you, Mr. World made, if there is something that I got from Mr. World, Mr. and Miss World, was the connection and the brotherhood. The connections I got there from my own fellow models, it was like, it's 1 in a million. It is life defining. I got such good friendship from there. I will treasure forever in my life. I met very good people.
So what you're saying is, I think this is also what models forget.
Yeah.
It's not about winning.
Yeah.
It's networking and connection.
Yeah.
And when you learn about that, you'll go 2 miles to get to a better person. So I like what you talk about. Just you can never quantify what you got from this world in terms of networking and friendship.
Yeah. The money is one thing. The glory, the fame is one thing. Is another. But the connection you get, the friendship you get, the network you get from there. Don't even focus on the sponsors and everything, on the owners of the event. Your fellow models. It's very key. Up to now, most jobs I've gotten, most are from referrals from my fellow models. Not even those people in the position of power. The people I was with on the runway refer me to jobs. Wanasema tunawekana Nairobi. That's how we survive in Nairobi.
Brotherhood, yeah.
Yes, I see a casting call. I see this one. This one fits this kind of person. I send it to them. Yeah, we are like that. It's a community, and in modeling, sana in pageantry, we know you have to have that social capital. That social capital is very important when you are in a competition, because You know, even in Mr. World, they were doing the popularity votes, which is very important. And you can't have that. That's what I was saying. When you're in pageantry, when you want to be a king or a queen, as it says, you're a king or a queen. So you have to have leadership qualities. And the best way to see how you can influence people is by them voting for you.
Yes.
Yes. So you have to have that social capital for you to be very, even to stand in and, influence people in a position of power, like the king and queen, Mr. and Miss. So it's very important that when you're contesting, you work on your leadership qualities. Yeah. I remember, Teddy Mr. World. Teddy Mr. World was like our prefect. And we did not assign him. It came naturally to him. We were in a position where we are stuck. And this during boot camp, we don't know who is winning and everything. We are stuck. That guy comes up with a solution.
Yes.
In a way, he came up with a solution so many times. When he won, I wasn't surprised. People say they knew he will win after the Q&A. But me, I kind of saw it before. Because he could do things in a way like, this guy is a leader, natural born leader. Yeah. So Ramtu, of course, also they have certain leadership qualities that translate to who they are right now.
Yeah. So you're in boot camp, then the night you're there in top 5. What's running through your head on that stage?
Actually, that time I shut everything off. I shut everything off. Backstage, when they brought that royal seat, I saw people going fast to sit on it. But I looked at it and said, I want to earn sitting on that seat. I won't sit on it. I won't sit on that seat. I want to earn sitting on it. So that time, during the top, I think it was top 6, I was the number 6. The last one being called to the Q&A. People were really tensed. It was a really tense moment, They're calling the top 6 and everything. That was not the moment to pray. All right? I had prayed before. This was the moment to let my faith and let those prayers work. So I shut everything off. It was me and the judge who was asking the question. So I looked at her and I listened. I listened very keenly. Someone told me that it's not a crime for you, if you have not heard if you're not sure about the question, can you say pardon? It will deny you no marks. But me, I didn't need to be pardoned because I shut everything off. It was me and
focus,
and it's called Magdalene Jeruto. Yeah. She was the one asking me the question.
That's a good friend of mine. In fact, up to date, she's one of the best performing Miss World Kenya. That's 2017 when she was in the top 6 in Miss World.
Yes. So Jeruto asked me the question. I remember the question very well. She asked me, if you were to come up with a law, what would it be and why? Yeah? So that question quite translated to what my BWAP was. My Beauty with a Purpose project was introducing modeling to the school curriculum as a subject. That's just the way that there is maths, English, and we have a subject called modeling. Because in my own view, modeling is not it's about character building. A model is someone you can, the traditional meaning of the word model is something you can emulate from.
Yeah.
It's an example of something can
Oxford
emulate.
Dictionary,
Yes. So my view of modeling is kind of let's say it's wide. It's character and it's how you present yourself and also character.
Yeah.
So the character bit, the courtesy, the empathy, it lacked the life skills, necessary life skills. I think there was life skills kitambo in we used to learn it in campus, but I think they should be introduced in the from primary to secondary, because that's when the character is built for children and everything. So that was my view. So instead of calling it life skills, we call it modeling, because in a model, people see me, they say you're very confident the way you walk. They don't know me, they've not heard me speak. So it translates to something. It starts somewhere. It is because of the values I hold, which I was taught by my father, by my parents. You can see it even without necessarily knowing me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that was my project, introducing modeling as a subject. So when that question came, I remember, let me tell you, there's a verse in the Bible called Ecclesiastes 9:11. It says, time and chance. The race is not for the swift, nor the battle for the strong, but time and chance happens to every man. So that was my chance. Time and chance, they met over what I had prepared all along. The time and chance came together. And I was able to answer that question very well. Yes.
Thank you so much. One of the things that you talked about, you had prayed, and this is time when God was going to deliver.
Yes.
One of the things that I wanted to ask you that question that Jeruto asked you, if you had to change a law in this world for everyone to follow. So that is gone. But just before you leave, what I wanted to ask you, there's a trend that's going on with the kings of this country. And like we said, the etymology of pageantry is Mr. World. I remember last year, the Mr. World did not come for the crowning because there was something that was not right.
Yeah.
This year, after 2 or 3 months, the Mr. World has stepped down. As the runners-up in Miss World, what is the problem with the male? We're not seeing the female models getting off their crown or being decrowned or stuff like that.
I think personally, it's an awakening. Models are in a position where they are learned, first things first. It's very important for models to be learned and to know what exactly they are getting into. So when you see something is not working for you, it does not coincide with your values, you step up or you step down. All right? So it's a personal decision. There is a point where you reach, you want something, and then this place where you are at, it's like acting like a block to where you are supposed to be. So it's very okay to say no. Just as our legend Kipchoge says, vitamin N. We should always have vitamin N. You say the ability to say no. So it reaches a point where, let's say, Teddy has these reasons, I talked to him. We have a live with Mr. Darius. We talked to him, and he said, when you see something is not working for you, it is not bad to step down, to walk away. Yeah, it's for the sake of your mental health. It's your sake of your career and everything. It doesn't have to be ugly. Doesn't you can peacefully and it's not PR. You can peacefully walk away. You can peacefully get out of without necessarily burning the bridge. So I liked how he handled the situation. Rather than a situation where it becomes so much drama.
Fight, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering that question. I think the organizers need to find out what exactly is happening. We need people to go through their crown, so to give the rest of the kings to be able to want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Before we leave, I want you to look at your camera and just give a very short advice to young models, actors, because you're both an actor, creative, and a model. Some people first do not believe you have to work extra hard. Even the best footballer, who is Ronaldo, does extra time to be the best.
Yeah.
So just advice before we close.
Whoever you are, you might not be young, you might be very old in fact, but you have a certain liking towards a certain project or something, or a career. Every journey, every person in the world has their own specific journey. I just gave a bit of my journey in modeling. We might want the same thing. We might want to be a king somewhere. You might want to be the best commercial model that there is. But there is a journey you must follow. Remember, nothing happens just out of the blue like this. There are processes, there's levels. Yeah? So in your life, there's some things that work for you. And to get where you are, to get where you want to be, there's a journey you must follow. It should not be Jim Gatani's journey. It should not be Liki's journey. Turn inward to your own journey and push yourself to get where you want to be. All right? You might not go through, because most of us have gone through pageantry, then we got into commercial. Maybe you as you go into commercial direct. Maybe you as you start in high fashion. There are very many ways to make it in the industry. All right, but there are certain nitty-gritties that you need to meet. You need to have that thick skin. You need to be a person who looks at the perspective. Remember, Nikki, before I finish, yeah, in this industry, modeling industry, there are people who earn a lot of money from this industry.
Right.
There are also people who don't earn anything
At all.
at all. You are just a model for the sake. So, and you complain a lot. So when you're in this side where you don't earn, why not be on this side?
Yeah.
It's about perspective. It's how you look at it. I've shared some few words with Kina Seth Gore, who earn like 6 figures from their influencing and from their modeling. What's the difference between them and us? Why can't we in the pageantry, who have roots in pageantry, earn that kind of money? That's a question I'll leave to you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Jimmy. This is a great person with great personality. When he walks into the room, the heads turn, not just the female, but also male. This is the end of our show tonight. I'm so grateful we are season 2, almost the end of, almost half of the season. This is episode 7. See you next week for episode 8, and we are happy. Numbers are growing. If you haven't subscribed to Sash and Style, kindly click that button and learn more about fashion. Nothing happens without style and fashion. Thank you so much. See you then.